Welcome DMVLAX fans to Triplett Field at Bordley Stadium for an exciting IAC game between the number 12 ranked Episcopal Maroon, formerly known as the High School, and the number 5 ranked Landon Bears. I'm MADLAX, and thanks for watching this MADLAX Media live stream production. Joining me today, once again, providing expert analysis is Connor Miller. Thanks for joining me today, Connor.
Yeah, Cab, thanks for having me out again.
This is the last game of the season, of the regular season for both teams, also the last game in the IAC, and will determine seeding for playoffs. IAC playoffs start this Friday, and the top 2 seeds get a bye. Landon can get a bye and the 2 seed today with a win and a Bullis win over Georgetown Prep. Episcopal with the win can get as high as the 3 seed today. Episcopal beating Landon is something that has not happened since 1993.
I was not even alive yet, Cabell.
It was a special team. We'll get to that later in the production. IAC standings right now. Bullis 4-0, sitting at first, but playing prep for the IAC regular season championship today. We will give you scores throughout the day. Prep is 3-1 and second place. Landon 2-2. St. Albans, St. Stephen's, and Episcopal are all 1-3, so everything comes down to the day, as it should, the last game of the regular season, to determine the playoff seeding. Players to watch. First, for Landon, Cullen Brown, the Ohio State senior commit captain. It should be noted, by the way, today is senior day. We just had all the seniors announced for Landon here, and Cullen has the assignment of guarding Collie Derringer, the UVA Virginia commit on attack for Episcopal. So look for that marquee matchup to be exciting throughout the day. Also, players to watch. Anthony Panetti on attack. He's going to have to pick up for Kevin Miller, who is out today and injured. We'll get to that in a minute. Hunter Taylor has to have another big day. The senior's been playing excellent in the goal of late. And he needs to continue his hot streak as they head into the playoffs. And finally, Davis Owens, first-time player to watch candidate, and the reason why is because he faces off with the long pole, Connor, and he's going against one of the best in the DMV in Victor Salcido. Victor Salcido is a player to watch for Episcopal. The senior is committed to Tufts, has a 68 win percentage at face-offs, and he could be dangerous today for Episcopal. And then finally, players to watch, the Riddle twins. The Riddle twins are Graham and Alec. They are both preferred walk-on commits of late to North Carolina Chapel Hill. What to watch for from home as they run out to the field. Cullen Brown. Look for the marquee matchup between Cullen Brown and Ohio State commit on Collie Derringer. Also, expect zone defenses. St. Albans lost to Episcopal just last week because Episcopal played exceptional zone defense. Can Landon stay poised and beat it? And finally, who's going to score for Landon? Kevin Miller has an upper body injury. It is day-to-day. He's the leading point scorer on the team with 50. How many points does he have? Connor, 54 points, I believe, on the season thus far.
54, yes, that's correct.
And he is out today. So not only do they have a new attack, but you're missing your leading point scorer, and that's going to be tough. So we'll watch from home to see how Landon figures it out. Keys to victory, first for Episcopal. They need others to score besides Derringer. Derringer has only played 5 games. Collie Derringer only played 5 games. He has 18 points. He's their best offensive player. Can Jack Bonello, the freshman on attack, who's been healthy all season and leading the team in points, continue his scoring ways? Also look for other middies. First midfielder Tanner Lewis has 27 points. And here we go for the first faceoff. Davis Owens versus Victor Salcido as projected. And long stick versus Salcido.
They're already bringing up a double pole on the wing here, Cap, too.
2 poles on the wing. Davis, nice check, gets the win.
Big win.
But he gets tripped with possession. That should be a call. And the refs call hold. These refs are probably, I think they're the same refs as last Friday when Bullis played Landon, and they didn't make a single call. Here's Steele Maddox getting the start today. Steele Maddox out there. Zach Olerking. So Steele Maddox gets a nod for Kevin Miller being out. Episcopal, as expected, drops into that 3-3 zone with the long stick up top, the short sticks on the top corner. Connor, we'll talk a lot about how to beat zones Every coach, every great coach, offensive coach, like yourself, has different methods of beating zone defenses.
Yeah, the main key, honestly, to focus on is just patience. You got to break it down and just kind of persistent, just attack it. Repeat, get those looks, break them down.
45 on the shot clock is the friend of Episcopal. They're just going to try to get delay games all day long, right, Coach?
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's Zoltan with the carry.
Landon starting in the 1-4.
Picked off by Riddle. Number 10, Riddle. That is Alec.
Long reach there from Riddle.
Here's Aiden Nelson, athlete. Plays for the MADLAX DC Dogs. Up to 15, that's Victor Salcido, another great athlete. He's going to Tufts to face off, but he could also play offense at the IC level for sure. Up to 6, Jack Dupuis, who has 18 points on the season. Dupuis, a junior. Over to Albert, the senior. This is the first midfield line with Dupuis, Albert, and Tanner Lewis, the leading point scorer, number 11. Tanner Lewis, 27 points. Impressive for a midfielder. Here is Daniel McLaughlin. McLaughlin with Nico Shermer on him. Nico Shermer strips him.
Great check by Nico.
Nice pickup by Will Cohen. Spins and gets out of there nicely. Riddle all over him. Gets it up to Maddox. Maddox over to Luger. The Navy commit, senior, on senior day. You expect the seniors to have a big day today, potentially their last home game, Connor, so they want to go out with a win, right?
Yeah, they should be fired up right now. I mean, you'll see them lead, especially from that defensive end. Hopefully we can get some big numbers here from Cam. Landon needs big numbers from Cam, Oler King.
Here's
all these guys need to step up.
Here's Panetti directing traffic, getting him into their zone offense, which you can tell they've practiced in preparation for this game here. Panetti carrying down to Oler King. Oler King down to Maddox. Lefty to lefty, looks smooth. X back to single, up to Savoy. Panetti carrying. Down to Maddox. Panetti's got to be careful with those sidearm passes like that. It's caught by single. Panetti loves to throw those sidearm slingers that are either feast or famine. They either go by your ear and you can't see them, or they go right in your pocket.
There's not many kids that can catch those passes. That was a great handle there. Will Single behind. It was a good look.
I wish he would just throw it overhand that hard.
It's hard to read it, right? I mean, yeah.
I don't care if he throws the pass 80 miles an hour, but how about overhand 80 miles an hour? Way easier to catch. And that's something he's going to need to do as he improves in his high school career here. Here is Stewart, the lone freshman on the roster, 25 right here, Devin Stewart, over to Calderon, tipped by Riddle again.
That long reach from those Riddle brothers.
That's why Bresci gave him a preferred offer recently. That was off of the ref, and the ref saved it.
It should have been.
Oh my gosh, the ref blocked it.
He should have blown that. He was stepping out of bounds. It should have been called right away. Landon turnover there though.
Because the ref touched it while the ref was standing out of bounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think you're right. Exactly. The Riddle twins, 2 deflections already, knockdowns. Call them nuggets. 6'5" twins on defense. Coach Bresci loves projects. Surprised Virginia didn't take those 2 guys. Virginia loves the tall defenders. And here is Albert. Takes it to the invert behind with Flood on him. The Colby commit senior. Punched. Albert looking. Movement inside. Forced inside by Albert. Backed up by 30, Drew Hanno, a sophomore.
They got the short stick behind here on Colley.
This is Derringer on Flood.
Yes, this is.
And this is Colley. Quick slide by Cullen. Look how fast that slide was, Connor.
Yeah, that was great defense right there.
Colley, Derringer should be this is the marquee matchup we're talking about right here. Outside look to Albert, step down. He decides not to, goes to his left, backed up by Derringer. Landon dropping into a zone.
7 on the shot clock here.
7, 6, over to Bonello. Jack Bonello, a sophomore leading point scorer on the team, number 20. Oh, sorry, freshman. Reclass freshman. Taylor picks it up on the delay game call at the end. Hunter Taylor, senior, commit to Michigan. Over to Shermer. Episcopal's not even riding.
They just dropped right into that zone. Wow.
Right back into the zone. You'd think a soft ride at least, but man, they're really being conservative, and they're just going to.
They sat right back in it. That was interesting.
They're going to try to keep this game below 5, right? The delay game calls and.
Without a doubt, and I mean, all year we've been saying that would be beneficial to Landon, but
so
we'll see.
So the starting goalie in front of everybody here is Samir McElroy, 48% shooting save percentage. Panetti from outside, high bouncer, buries it. Good bouncer off hip by Panetti. 1-0 Landon, 6:22 to go.
You actually could hear Kubik yelling there that was a broken play by Landon. They were not in the right spots, but Panetti made something happen with nothing. So.
I think when he carried it, they passed on him, and then that's why carries are dangerous.
Yeah, they just wanted someone to pop off from that crease there, but no one came behind Panetti, and he had to carry it all by himself.
Owens on Salcido. Owens is dynamite with the pole, and he just hooked him. All right, so it's 1-1.
Yep.
1-1 in face-offs. 1-0 is the score. 6:10 to go here. Tanner Lewis, junior, up to Jack Dupuis. This is the first line, and Willem Albert balances that out. Back to Bonello, high throw, turnover, picked up by Nathan Ferguson to Hunter Taylor. Hunter Taylor quickly out to Luger. Preston Luger, the senior Navy commit, has some space here. He might go down the alley. Pass down, pick down to Maddox. Nope. Maddox back up to Ferguson. And Landon will sub on the first mids.
It's going to be a slow game. They're dropping as soon as they turn the ball over, getting subs in, sitting in that zone.
It's amazing. Well, that's how they must have beaten St. Albans on Friday.
Yeah, if it works, why not, right?
And now Episcopal wins today. They can get third place in the league, whereas a week ago they hadn't won a meaningful game all season. Now they can get third in the IC with a win today. 1-0 Bears. 35 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Landon seems more concerned about running the play perfectly rather than taking what's there. Throwback is there, and Panetti doesn't go with the inside force. That's what you don't want to do against zones. Turnover, Landon to Riddle. Graham Riddle. Over to Alec Riddle. Is one a righty, one a lefty, Connor?
It looks like it.
I like that. That's like the Maddox twins. It's funny how that happens on opposite. Here's Bonello with Galliani, the Hobart commit on him. Jackson Galliani is going to look to have a big day today, having a great season. Savoy on defense, wide open. First save of the day for Hunter Taylor, right?
Yes, that was.
Hunter Taylor gets one. Nice shot there by number 11, Tanner Lewis. Episcopal giving a little bit more of a ride here. Not too much ride, though. Chase Robertson with the ball, the sophomore. Playing great recently. Episcopal back into the zone. I thought they were going to go man for a second. You know what you almost got to do is see if you can clear quickly and score before they set up. You know, they should try that a little bit. There's no risk because they're not.
It's just hard right now because they're just dropping everyone back. It's going to be a home run pass. The attacker dropping to the 50. Episcopal's playing it perfectly right now.
All right, so now they've got this carry-up throwback offense, and it'll take Episcopal about less than a quarter to figure it out. And then what's going to be their next offense? Dodge the short six on the corner.
Pick the corners, yeah, and just attack the shorties, right? And just kind of try to get them to rotate.
Treat it like a man-to-man almost. See, that's a tough play.
Yeah, I don't know why they just keep throwing it inside there.
Here's out to Maddox. Maddox up to Panetti. Panetti from Maddox. I thought that was pretty good offense. They got him going.
They got him moving, and then they swing that ball, move it to wide open shot from up top from Panetti. That was perfect offense there.
Nice one more by Steele. I thought Steele was going to shoot it, and he passed it up to Panetti, and I think it was deflected, Connor.
It looked like it.
Here it is, the replay. We got the replay. Yep. Completely deflected.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yep. our replay is 20-second delay. We're able to get a little action. Sorry, we can't get you that at home. Face-off with Davis Owens, and he wins it. Davis Owens with the pole. 2-1 wins. Not sure why he felt like he had to touch that in. There's no... And there we go. 2-0 Landon. Already only 2:45 left in the first quarter. The one thing about this style of play is, Connor, it's going to be a fast lacrosse game.
Yes, without a doubt.
The ball doesn't
it's only 2 minutes left. It's clock's just constantly going, yeah.
Hank MADLAX with the ball, his first touch of the game. Over to Single, the senior, committed to Dickinson. Here is Olerking up to Stewart. Single. MADLAX, Hank MADLAX down to Panetti. I think just patience has been pretty impressive so far for Landon. He like 30 seconds on the shot clock. I'm not sure you want Stewart on the left side. He's a righty. You get Hank on the right side is fine. Over to Olerking, wide open, step down. Great shot by Zach Olerking, the senior Dartmouth commit. He wanted that one. Here's Hank MADLAX. Picks at the ground ball, deflected by Riddle. Once again, over to Single, 10 seconds. We expect Panetti to zing one. I see he was zinging that to steal. Did you see? He was firing that shot 100. Oh my gosh, Zach Olerking just got his helmet knocked off, and they're going to no-call it. These refs don't like. Last time I saw a helmet got knocked off, it was Kevin Miller, and
he's on the sideline right now.
Yeah, sustained an injury on that. You got to call that.
I'm not sure how that's not a call. I thought they were giving something there, but
here's Riddle going out. And Olerking, man, I thought he stepped out of bounds. Over to Albert. Albert with Wilco on him. Pass inside. Jack
It's a big hit inside.
Blasted by Jackson Galliani. Put a clean, hard hit on Dupuis. This is where I think if Landon throws it
right now, exactly.
Throws it again.
They still have six back.
Throw it. Man, they do have six back. I was like, throw it down to the attack, and they already have six back. 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. 2-0 Landon. Shot clock is irrelevant. They can hold for one. Savoy with the ball. Up to Panetti, who seems to be putting himself at the point on this offense, Connor.
Yeah, it looks like they have him up top looking for those shooting lanes, which has worked so far, right? He's got two of them.
He's technically an attackman, but in his zone offense, he's playing high point center.
And they actually have Chase Robertson down at X here, kind of quarterbacking it.
Yeah. Wide open, that was a goal.
That went in.
That hit the crossbar and went down in the goal.
That 100% went in the net. That's unfortunate.
Olerking throws it away.
We had a perfect angle of that, Cap. That was it.
Yeah, I actually saw the black turf pellets go off the ground. That's dangerous. Nice throw down. Cully Derringer has it. Time, 5 seconds, plenty of time. He's got Brown on him, throws a skipper inside.
Wow. He almost handled that inside.
All right, that'll be the end of the first quarter. But that shot hit crossbar. I saw. The only reason I saw it is because the black pellets.
Yes.
And we can watch it. It's a replay right here. Actually, we just missed it. So I saw black pellets jump. And it's 2-0 at the end of the first. One of the fastest quarters I've ever been a part of in my life.
Yeah, that was quick.
The clock stopped. And it's because of the zone. The ball never went out of bounds. And 2 goals for Anthony Panetti is the story early. Landon showing some poise and some confidence playing against the zone defense. We're going to give you some scores here. No scores yet? We're going to try to give you some scores throughout the day with for prep and Bullis as the day goes on, but right now the story is zone defense, zone defense, zone defense. I'm Cable Maddox here with Connor Miller. Thanks for joining us on this DMVLAX presentation at Triplett Field at Bordley Stadium here on Senior Day. The number 12 ranked Episcopal Maroon are playing here versus the number 5 ranked Landon Bears. Again, a lot on the line here. Landon playing for the win, and some help from Bullis, who's down the road playing prep. Landon would get the 2 seed, which is important. They would get a bye. The score in 1 IC. We have a first game report now. 1-1 at the end of one between St. Albans and St. Stephen's. Those teams are playing, in essence, both teams are 1-3, playing for a home field game in the first round of the IC. We'll try to get you scores for the Bullis prep as we go here. Landon has won 2 out of 3 faceoffs, which is a little bit shocking because I could have predicted that Victor Salcido goes 75% on the day, and he still could, but Davis Owens has really become a force with a pole, Connor.
He has, and he's just doing his job out there. I mean, he's just making it a scrap, fighting for ground balls, and just being a pest, which is the worst thing as a faceoff guy. You don't want to see a long stick coming out there that's just making it a ground ball battle.
So they go with Nico Shermer and Preston Luger on the wing, Davis Owens with Victor Salcido, Aiden Nelson on the wing for the high school. Victor Salcido back exits that. Ref gets in the way for the 3rd time today. Victor Salcido, Tufts commit, has Davis Owens on him. Look, good pressure ride by Landon over to Aiden Nelson. Landon staying in the man-to-man. They have a zone, and they mix in and out of it smartly, but they probably play more like 90% man and 10% zone.
Yep. Late in the shot clock after a missed shot, something like that, they'll throw it out there. But
here's Tanner Lewis, number 11, over to Jack Dupuis, the first line midfield. Here is McLaughlin, 3rd attackman. McLaughlin, a junior from Piedmont, California. Episcopal, a boarding school in Alexandria. Has players from many different states. Coach Conklin, the head coach, Scott Conklin, is also the director of admissions. He makes sure he gets players from all over the nation. Doing a nice job as the head coach and director of admissions at the high school. Nice ball movement inside, wide open. Oh my gosh! The behind the back by, was that 11?
that was 11. Tanner Lewis.
Yeah, Tanner Lewis with the BTB off the feed from Collie Derringer. Do you still give him the assist even though the first one came off someone's head? What a goal.
That was wild. I mean, he shot it normal, crease crank from like about 5 yards out, hit right off Hunter's face mask, went back to him, he threw it behind the back. Why not, right?
I'll give Collie Derringer the assist. I mean, Tanner Lewis was standing wide open inside.
I don't think he realized how open he was on that first look. He like hesitated.
It's crazy.
That was a great finish, though. I mean,
wow. And that's his 28th point of the season as a junior. Tanner Lewis from Alexandria, Virginia, uncommitted player, leads the team, and that's a face-off win, although ugly, for Landon. And here is Panetti up to get it. Panetti, nice ground ball. We'll give the win to Landon. 3-2 is the score in the face-offs. This is when I thought they might attack real quick. Salcido will stay and play zone defense. So everyone has to learn the zone because they're not going to sub on D and follow off.
they want to drop right into it, get all 6 back there.
No one at X yet. I mean, it took them, there's 45 seconds to go in the shot clock. I missed that. What was that?
It was a feed inside to steal. It was just a tough handle.
And he got it back.
Yep, got it back.
Here's Oler King down to MADLAX. MADLAX carries up. So it's kind of like a matchup zone. Even when you carry, do you see how far Riddle played out on that?
Pressured, yeah.
A little bit of a matchup zone, which means they're not going to, that is not going to get through. Over Savoy, up to Brown. Brown's got to get that cannon off. That's a good look. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Panetti. Cam Brown, goal. Great little cut. That's all you got to do. Little off-ball cut action. Panetti's been in on all 3, picking them apart.
Yeah, he is. He's really quarterbacking from up top there. I mean, that was a great feed. Looked off the guys. It was perfect.
And under 10 in the shot clock, that Coach Conklin and the Episcopal defensive coaches are not happy about that. They almost got a delay game call, but instead it's 3-1 Landon, 9:21 to go in the second quarter, and Owens out to face off again with Shermer and TJ Kim on the wings. Victor Salcido back exits and gets a win. 3-3 is the score of faceoffs. 3-1 is the score on the board. Cullen Brown, the marquee matchup on Collie, is just shadowing Collie. I'm looking off ball here. Collie Derringer is number 7 Cullen Brown's barely letting him breathe. I haven't seen Bonello touch the ball much either. Jackson Galliani is on a mission today. First midfield line comes out. Here is Dupuis, Jack Dupuis. To Derringer. Here's Colley off a pick. See how they play this. Cullen stays on ball. Colley looking. He's a natural lefty going to Virginia. Here's McLaughlin. Daniel McLaughlin. Tall kid. Nice skip pass. Backside to 22. Albert from Princeton, New Jersey. 17 points in the season. Almost had his 18th point. Here's Jack Bonello, the red shirt freshman.
Landon drops into their zone here.
Good call. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Derringer. Here's Lewis, just had a goal. Back to Derringer, he's gonna sling that. Nice save by Hunter Taylor. His second on the day.
This is where they have to push.
Who got that ground ball? Cullen?
Cullen, yes.
Yeah, they have numbers here. If they can just get it going, they have a 6-on-5 here. They gotta get down to X. There's nobody there, and they don't do it. They pull out. I think it's hard for the players to see that. I think maybe the sideline tells them they got a 6-on-5 and to push that for at least 10 seconds.
Yeah, they start echoing it. I think they might still be adjusting a little bit to having two lefties on the break there.
Yeah, there was no one down right.
There's no one on that other side, yeah.
Missing Kevin Miller, leading point scorer, out today with upper body injury. Hopes to be back for the playoffs, which start potentially as soon as Friday. Here's MADLAX. Back to Oler King. To Panetti. Down to Brown. That ball doesn't get behind in this offense. That's the only thing is, jeez. I'd like to see the ball kick down to Robertson. Here you
That's
go.
the one more pass they need. They need to get Chase active, follow as they rotate up there.
Oh, they play behind. Look at that. Pretty heavily with 17. Andrew Lehman, the Washington and Lee commit. Inside skip to Robertson. Ref. Everyone signaled goal, and it is a goal. Robertson from, was that Cam Brown or Panetti?
I think it was Panetti.
We'll watch the instant replay here. I think that was 22 Panetti on his 4th point out of 4 or 5th out of 5 already. Good back cut by Chase Robertson to get goal. Yeah, that was Panetti.
A 25-yard skip pass to the crease.
To, what number is?
11.
11. 4-1 Landon here. 6:47. Will Cohen on the wing, the Ohio State commit for Landon with the pole, and Preston Luger. And they face off Hayden Goose, the freshman, against Victor Salcido. That's not going to work. I can just tell you right now that Hayden Goose probably idolizes Victor Salcido.
Check.
Nice check by Will Cohen.
Wow, he got the timeout in there. Generous call there.
Yeah, Victor Salcido is known in the DMV as one of the best. And they go to these face-off academy sessions, and Victor Salcido just beats up on everybody. So these underclassmen know who Victor Salcido is, and he gets an easy win there to take a 4-3 lead in face-offs. The score's 4-1. Landon Panetti's got 4 points already.
He is off to a hot start, and that's what they needed today. With Miller out, that'll be big shoes to fill, and Panetti stepping right into them.
Stepping up, impressive. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm Cabo Maddox here with Connor Miller, MADLAX Media live stream production, IEC battle. Last game of the season here at Triplett Field at Bordley Stadium. A beautiful day once again. About 75 degrees, sunny. Senior day. The parents are out on the field taking pictures, and moms are wearing flowers, and
the whole deal.
Shirt, the whole deal. See, you know, the seniors,
it's a day here.
Seniors have their jerseys on the wall. Maybe we'll get a camera shot of that. There's balloons, and they make a big deal.
Well done. It's well done.
Nicely done here. We'll try to get you a score in the other IEC game, and here we go. At the end of the first quarter, Georgetown Prep is up 3-2 on Bullis. That is going to be an awesome game. That's for first place, Connor, in the IEC. Now is it 4-2? No, that's St. Stephen's. 4-2. St. Stephen's is up on St. Albans in the second quarter. Episcopal after the timeout, whoosh, almost throws it away. Back to Bonello. Bonello up to Tanner Lewis.
Landon came right out in his zone, it looks like. Now they're going back into it. They were just switching matchups on the inside there.
Dupuis there with the ball. 40 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Here's Lewis to Albert. Albert to Derringer. Derringer skip inside to McLaughlin. Back check by Shermer. And Shermer gets the forced turnover with the back check and the scoop down to MADLAX. See, this Episcopal is caught in a little bit of man here, and he gets 6 back. You're right. I mean, it's hard to get transition on Episcopal.
It's crazy how fast they drop in. I mean, I guess that's the benefit of playing zone, right? Because those middies, if they're a little gassed, they're getting a breather right now, so they're able just to sprint dead into the hole and get 6 back there.
Backdoor, Robertson. They're playing Robertson into Oler King. Shot Panetti. He gets popped and will give a save to McElroy. Is that his first?
I believe so.
Oh, this is that would have been a monster collision in the old days, right there. You can't hit anybody hardly in the open field like that anymore.
That was a good play by Gavin and a layup there.
Good control to not knock his head off. Instead, he strips the ball smartly, and Episcopal's got 7 back. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4,
no, they
5,
don't.
6. What's the call then? They just have a flag down for you folks at home. We're wondering what the call is. Does Episcopal know what the call is?
I don't know if the ref knows what the call is.
There's a flag down. Maybe there was a slash off ball. We missed it. But anyways, Episcopal into their zone. Landon, 50 seconds on the shot clock. Tipped by Riddle.
Stick.
I mean, Riddle's length is...
And both of them, yeah.
And their sticks are on the outside. And they both are, one's a righty, one's a lefty.
Yeah, so. Alec is a lefty, and you have Graham, a righty on both sides.
So it's really hard to throw down the throwbacks for Oler King carry. That's Oler King. Down to Brown. Pass deflected by Riddle.
They're everywhere.
I mean,
that's a good mumbo on the backside there. They need to pop a Will Single on the backside, but
I thought Single was going to blast that. Yeah, I like that look back. Here's Panetti. Back to Single,
keep
one
it
more.
Hot. Keep it hot. Again, Chase is there behind, but one more down.
Can't dodge on Riddle. Whoa. Oh, yeah, it was
low shot clock.
Yeah, it was only 2 seconds on the shot clock, and Landon's going to go man up here. We'll get the call for you. Offsides. You called offsides?
Yeah, they called offsides.
And they didn't tell Episcopal. They didn't send someone down and get 7. So
they couldn't send anyone, I guess, because he was there, or maybe he ran on the field. Maybe there's some confusion out of the box we missed. I'm not sure, but.
Anyways, here we go. 3:40 to go. Landed up 4-1 and a 30-second man up. Panetti, Robertson, Savoy, Panetti. MADLAX is open on the back pipe. Panetti's going to gun it. Nice shot save. McElroy on the save. Picked up by Riddle. So that's 2 saves from McElroy.
That's what they need from him, sitting in the zone, right? You need to get saves from your goalie.
Yeah. 3:12 to go. 4-1. Here's Aiden Nelson. Kicks it down to McLaughlin. Oh, wide open is Bonello. Man, they didn't see it. They didn't see Bonello. He was wide open. Nelson on the scoop. McLaughlin. Up to Albert. They need the ball in Derringer's stick more.
They can't even get it to him. Cullen's all over him.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs to carry more. He needs touches.
Yes.
And then they don't do it. It's similar to the Landon offense. The ball never goes behind. Bonello's sitting back there, the leading point scorer in the team. He's only touched the ball once today. 5 seconds on the shot clock, and they never ran an offense except for this last second opportunity, and that's the end of the shot clock. Quick whistle.
Move it quick. Move it quick. Come on.
Push it. They got a 4 on 6. I mean,
They're back already. I'm calling for the refs. I don't like when refs, they're supposed to be quick whistles nowadays. Players pick it up. He's holding it in his stick. Yeah. Blow the whistle. Just go.
And here's Landon calling a timeout with 1:48 to go in the half. Landon in control. I don't see any offensive threats for Episcopal. They're not letting Derringer get in the ball. The best offensive player, committed to Virginia. And Jack Bonello, the leading point scorer, is not getting the ball at X either.
Your 2 top guys have to touch the ball, right?
Yeah, and so their third leading point scorer, Tanner Lewis, has their lone goal. So Tanner's going to have to score a lot.
And that was off a feed from...
Yeah, he did the BTB
Derringer.
10 yards out.
Yeah, they need to get the ball on those 2 guys' sticks, that's for sure.
Panetti has 4 points for Landon. And the faceoffs are relatively even, which is surprising. Victor Salcido, the Tufts commit, has only won 4 out of 7. But Panetti has 2 goals, 2 assists already in the first half. Impressive. We'll see what Landon comes. I think look for a new play out of this timeout. That carry throwback's not going to work for 4 quarters. They do have a 1-4-1 zone offense that you and I have seen.
They've been mixing that in, actually, and kind of that's what they're popping off the crease and pulling from the crease, right, from that wing guy pulling up, and then the guy's popping off and going into like a 2-3-1 look almost. I'd just like to see them get the ball moving faster, right? The ball's kind of dying. They swing it once, twice, and then that third pass that needs to get to X or that one more pass is where the ball stops.
Stewart and Coughlin are out with single.
Starting on the 1-4.
Normally, the second mids, starting in the 1-4-1.
See, I would expect them to get over to Oler King and maybe pull up here.
Panetti's at X for the first time today, so expect a new play here. Stewart, Riddle all over him. 6'5" Riddle twins playing solid defense, knocking down the ball, forcing turnovers. 1:20 to go, 47 on the shot clock. I guess Landon's content to hold up 4-1 for as long as possible. Oler King has a short stick on him. It's okay. You can dive versus zones. Shot by Panetti. Another save.
Landon's offense looked in shambles there. Good save by McElroy, though.
Didn't look like they got into the play. Just passed it around.
I think they tried it on that right side, and then after that, there was just broken. But that's the thing against the zone, right? You have to just be persistent, do it over and over again, repetition, eventually break that defense down.
.35 seconds to go in the half, 4-1. Here is Dupuis. Looks like Jack Dupuis is going to hold it. Now it's down to Tanner Lewis with Ahmed Zaid on him. Zaid, first action of the day, guarding the top midi. This is a challenge here for the Bears. He's a short stick defensive specialist. He switches off, and now he's guarding Dupuis. Inside look to McLaughlin, kind of a jam in there, a little bit of a force, nice little touch by Cullen Brown. Look at, that is elite right there. And that's going to do it. Man.
That was a great ground ball there.
Cullen Brown made 2 incredible hockey-style touches and a scoop. That's one of the nicer ground balls I've seen out of Cullen Brown this season. The senior on senior day, the Ohio State commit, has shut down Collie Derringer in the marquee matchup in the first half, holding the 0-0. Collie, in his 5th game only back from injury, is a Virginia commit, unable to get anything going against the Landon defense and Cullen Brown. We will take a short break and be back just a little bit before the start of the 3rd quarter. It is 4-1 Landon. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back, DMVLAX fans. We are about to get underway here in the second half, and we have some scores in the IC. We have first from the St. Albans St. Stephen's game. It is 6-5. St. Stephen's is in the lead, and then the Prep Bullis game. It is 7-4 Bullis at halftime. Whoa. All right, here we go. The freshman, Goose, with Owens on the wing. And Goose. Wait, oh, Goose gets the win. I thought he jumped. You don't see that very often. Down to Steele Maddox. Up to Panetti. And here we go. Second half underway. We thought Victor Salcido would have a day today. The face-off specialist headed to Tufts, senior at Episcopal. Only won 50% of his face-offs. It's giving Landon way more possession than they expected. Throwback to Maddox, up to Panetti. Running that same offense, Connor.
Yeah, starting another 1-4, popping off from the crease here.
Look at Riddle just throwing those can openers. 6'5" with the long stick, like 12 feet of extension. And he picks it off.
What a stick.
These Riddle twins have good hands.
They do, both of them.
Really good hands.
Just right in those lanes.
Can't teach the hands and you can't teach the height. They'll find the way on the field at Chapel Hill one day. You watch. Bresci will put 52 pounds of muscle on them. They'll be 220 and 6'5" pretty soon, maybe in a year or two. But Episcopal turns it over and gives it right back to Landon on a failed clear. Down to Panetti. Here's Cam Brown, the senior, headed to Dartmouth. Oler King. New offense here, a little bit different. A little bit different for Episcopal with Panetti on the wing. Savoy down to Maddox. They passed that one. They didn't carry. Panetti inside, forced to Savoy, almost handles it. Just a little bit of impatience there.
Yeah, you got to have patience against the zone, right?
No need to rush. You're up 4-1, and there was about 30 seconds or more because the shot clock had reset. Riddle taking a shot. Brown tries to. That's a shot still, and White backs it up. Looks like Derringer was closer when the ball went out of bounds. But everyone was slipping on that. But that was a shot, folks, from because Landon was in a 10-man ride. The goal was wide open. So you're wondering why the Riddle boy took that shot. It's actually a smart play sometimes, especially when you can back it up. I think the coach Conklin is arguing because the ref wrongly called it a pass. It was easily a shot.
He has a reason to be upset there. Yeah,
that's definitely. If that's what the ref called, I thought it was just.
That's what he said.
I thought he called that Cullen was closer, which was definitely.
No, he said that was a pass down to Derringer there. That's what I just heard him say.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that's horrendous. And I mean, that just means the ref doesn't know the sport. I mean, it's a 10-man ride, and you have to take shots, three-quarter field shots versus a 10-man. It's a common play. Landon, 25 seconds on the shot clock, gets it back off the hockey play by Panetti. Here's Panetti. Jogging in. Cam Brown in his range. He's got to fire that. Down to Robertson, playing X. Forced inside.
Good idea there.
Look who's got it.
Riddle brothers.
Alec Riddle. Sea Island, Georgia. Nice place. That's where their hometown is from. Aiden Nelson trots it out, takes a shot from midfield. Oh my God, Hunter Taylor just hit the pipe. Is he okay? Hunter Taylor went in to save it.
Ref not seeing that the goal is completely off.
I'm more concerned about Hunter Taylor's
yeah, and your
body
goalie just ran into it. I'm not sure what that ref's got going on down there.
Hunter Taylor went to
and he's got no pads on his back, so yeah, you know that hurt a little bit, but he's fine.
Is he okay? I thought it was a shoulder. Man, he was flying down the field. Now he's looking at his leg. Who knows what hit? Something hit the pipe. He dislodged it. Again, that was a shot on the versus the Landon 10-man. Episcopal backed that one up. And here's Derringer.
Landon in his zone here.
Yep, up to Dupuis. Jack Dupuis. To Tanner Lewis, the lone goal scorer for the high school. Bonello, rare touch. Needs to get involved, the leading point scorer on the team. Down to Derringer, BTB, back to
What a play.
Dupuis. That was crafty. Man, I think that might have been a set play.
I think that was.
A little give and go down the alley with the BTB.
That was a great pass, great look.
I mean, they probably practice against their own team zone practice all the time. That little play is slick. I thought he was throwing up top. He did a 360 behind the back.
And it was wide open right to his ear. That was a great pass.
Stick. Yeah, that was cool. Rare excitement here. We're getting excited about a BTB that didn't even result in a goal. 4-1. We knew it was going to be a zone game. Landon unable to score for a while here. Get the ball moving pretty well here, though. Bennett inside it. Oler King. Knocked down by the Riddle brothers. Pops out to Savoy. Boom. Big ground ball. Busted play. About the only way you can score on this zone defense. Savoy unassisted off a random GB that popped.
That was good. That was a good look there by the Landon offense, right? A good ball movement, swinging all the way to the backside. Riddle came across there, but Landon had that other look down to steal MADLAX on that back pipe. So that's the idea there. You got to get a Panetti stick, and he's got to make the decision, read that backside zone, rotating over.
And I think that's probably why they've gone with 2 lefties out there to get some more balance when you're playing zones and man-ups. It's a little easier with 2 lefties. In Oler King and MADLAX, and here is Hayden Goose. Why'd they stop facing off Davis Owens? Davis Owens won
on the wing,
2 out of 3, and they've stopped facing him off. And there's a win for Salcedo. 5th win of the day. Only 9 faceoffs. Goose trapped out there, the freshman. Now they got numbers. Goose wasn't paying attention. 6 on 5. I think Davis Owens might be the play there. He won 2 out of 3, like I said, and he can strip Salcedo should Salcedo beat him. Here's McLaughlin with flood on him. Carries across the top. Here's Albert with Davis Owens on him. Davis Owens, nice cross check hold. Ooh, heck of a shot.
They're going to call that one a goal.
What? Wow. That is a heck of an eye by the ref. I'll give the ref the benefit of the doubt. He's standing right down there, but I'm going to watch an instant replay here.
I didn't see any net hit there. It's just an interesting call. If they missed that,
let's see if
that one earlier for the Landon boys, but
we're on a 20-second delay here, so we're able to have the ability to see a.
Yeah, that didn't hit net.
Nothing budged. We just saw the instant replay. That hit pipe. And 22, Albert on the goal, unassisted. Episcopal did not face off Victor Salcedo on that. It should be noted.
And that's a push. They got it. Good play there.
Flag down.
Oh, numbers here.
Cohen's got to pass that.
He needs the one more. I still think they're adjusting to that lefty break. But Will has to read that. Will is a lefty. It almost benefits him more. Just keep carrying to that left side, get him to rotate there.
Well, yeah, that's a natural break. And plus Panetti was sitting down on the low pipe on that open.
Yeah, he had a lot more space there.
So that was Hayden Goose on the win over 26. Henry Cunningham, also a freshman from Salt Lake City, Utah. 5-5 in faceoffs is the score on the day. Landon man up here. 5:50 to go in the third. 30-second push with possession against Episcopal. Savoy. Not sure why they're not moving the ball faster. Man up. They're not playing against the zone. They got to run their plays.
Keep it hot. One crate will move it.
MADLAX, Oler King.
Stringing it from the crease here.
Down to
MADLAX. Skips.
MADLAX.
Great
there is
look.
it. MADLAX from Panetti. Nice skip. Steele MADLAX showed some composure there.
Yeah, Episcopal came out stringing from that crease there. That's all they got to do is just get it to that top center. He's got to find those lanes down to those bottom corners. It was perfect 3-3 set there.
Nice stick by.
A great finish by MADLAX there.
MADLAX, he faded to X a little bit. He could have maybe gone in front, but I think he had a nice shot on the pipe. And is this Owens facing off now?
Nope, I don't believe so. I think it's 46.
That's Goose again. Salcido gets him clean, pure fast break. Salcido's going to take that, backed up by Episcopal.
At some point, you have to expect them to go back to Owens, right? I mean,
I don't know what the hesitation is.
I know, like, as a face-off guy, it's frustrating and it's hard to adjust as you constantly see different things thrown at you. So you let him settle in, get used to the Goose out there, and then you throw Owens back at him. So that makes it harder for him to get into a rhythm. Maybe that's what they're trying to do, but
that's a great call. I hope they do that. 6'3" Landon. Sorry, 6'3", isn't it? No, 6'2". 6'2", Landon. I incorrectly wrote the score down on my stat sheet. Shot from Bonello, his first shot of the day. The leading point scorer being held off by Jackson Galliani, the senior on senior day. A win today ensures another home game for Landon. Seniors want to make sure they get another one. Jump double there by Cullen Brown. BTB pass.
wow.
Woo. Colin Derringer is accurate with the BTB as he is with the regular on that pass to McLaughlin. McLaughlin missed it. Landon drops into the zone. Nope, staying man-to-man. They're not matched up properly here. Here's Derringer with Brown on him. A little invert. Ferguson, Nathan Ferguson, inside pass. 360 attempt by Tanner Lewis goes blocked. Cullen Brown up to Luger. Luger can get a fast break here, and that's the first fast break of the day. Oh, he pulls it
Lost
out. It. Down to Oler King. They're going to get this through X here. First time through X on a slow break or anything otherwise. There you go. Slow break, Connor. They ran one.
You have to get it through X, right? I mean, I haven't seen it yet.
Landon brings out first middies and Robertson. Brown with the ball and Savoy. 3:30 to go here in the third. 6-2 Landon. Savoy, back to Robertson. Keep it coming.
Different set here.
Panetti.
The lanes are there.
Panetti saw the skip there. He thought otherwise. We had good angle on that one. To Robertson.
One cradle.
Panetti. No one open. Throw.
That's a force.
Yeah. Riddle, this young man, 10, Alec Riddle has like
a lot of takeaways.
At least
just interceptions.
At least 3 interceptions, that's a shot, ref. And White's closer though. White's closer. That's the right call.
That is the right call there.
Yeah. Hunter Taylor heads up. And then they get a wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, Landon's got. I mean, Episcopal's got 6 back. Good shot there, just high, but Hunter Taylor tuned in, backed it up for the Bears. Landon getting the play call in, zone offense. Carry up, MADLAX, down to Panetti, down to Savoy with Riddle on him. That is Graham Riddle, the righty. Alec is the lefty. It's kind of cool, they're right-left. Oh, Brown was open inside.
The second late on the cut.
I heard the coach. Nice shot there.
Look at that, chested back to his goalie there. Soccer play by Riddle.
What's the ref calling here? What's the ref calling here? The refs just looked like they were about to hug each other. What?
An inverted whistle. I think he thought he hit it with his hands there, but he just chested it back to his goalie.
Another save there by Samir McElroy, the Babson commit out of Bronx, New York. Love seeing all these states here on Episcopal's roster. They put their hometown on the roster, and that's another shot by Riddle. This time, White does back it up. Collie Derringer backs it up, number 7. He has the ball. Bringing it in. Look for cutters. Nothing there. Here's McLaughlin, inside power move. Knocked out by Zaid. Zaid picks it up. Nice play by Ahmed Zaid.
They got numbers right now.
They call him AZ, and they have a 6-on-5 and a trip in the open field.
Wow.
They call it.
Wow.
I've never seen him call that. It's an inadvertent trip. Skip it to Panetti. He's got a shot.
They got a free possession here. Looks like they're going to slow it down, get their guys out there.
Surprised Panetti didn't
fire that.
Fire that. Good patience by Anthony Panetti. 1 minute to go. The shot clock and the game clock are about exactly the same. 6-2. And I just heard the Landon coaches say nothing before 10 on the shot clock. Score from the St. Albans St. Stephen's game at the half, 7-7. Those guys are battling over there for the home field advantage in the playoffs. And there's 35 on the shot, or 20 on the shot clock. Now they're going to start their offense. Here they go. Tipped by Riddle. There's no way to attack this offense without having to go through a Riddle. Back sneak. Picked off by Aiden Nelson.
I don't know if I agree with that play by Landon there, right? I mean, they held it. Now they have 10 seconds left. It's going to be a trip, so they have that awkward time in a man-up play, right? I would have just went after it early.
They'll just carry it over to the fourth, right?
Yeah, but then you start the fourth with, what?
20 seconds, 19. Yeah.
Exactly.
What'd they call, though? If it's a trip, it's a minute.
Did they?
They didn't. They only called a 30-second interference, not a trip, so they're going to come out with 19 seconds in the
so that's that awkward time,
fourth
right?
quarter. Yeah. That's enough. You only need a few seconds with your plays, Connor. You know, the stuff you're throwing at him, you only need 3 seconds.
We play fast.
Yeah. Oh, Riddle's going to go out and try to take it away. Let's see what his takeaway skills are like. And Landon's going to go 6-2 into the fourth quarter. Landon Bears up and comfortable, holding the top players for Episcopal in check. Is the Landon defense. Cullen Brown doing a nice job in the marquee matchup over Collie Derringer. Collie, one of the best attackmen in the nation, is committed to Virginia in the 2023 class. And Jackson Galliani, the Hobart commit, is doing a nice job on Jack Bonello, leading point scorer for the high school. Landon is being led by Panetti, who has 5 points on the day already. Coach McGettigan, the head coach at Landon, has to be happy here. But it's a especially big moment for him as an alumni of Episcopal. Class. He went to Brown University after Episcopal, played lacrosse, and now he's been the head coach here in his first year. He's been the assistant here for 5 years. Before that was a head coach at Marin Catholic in California. But playing against your alma mater is always tricky. And I know he always wants the best for Episcopal, but he wants to beat them today. Episcopal has not beaten Landon since 1993. That team was led by legendary players like Victor Maddox and Kerry Goodwin and Walker Lamond. Walker Lamond getting the MVP of the game, scoring an amazing goal in the victory in 1993 in Hummel Stadium. Who else was on that team in 93 that went on to play the next level? That was the last time Landon got it done. Now Episcopal's come out in a shutoff here on Panetti.
Clock didn't start there. That's tough for Episcopal because that's a couple seconds that they lose out on here. Now Landon's going to get to adjust a little bit.
Episcopal's coming out in man-to-man lock. A lock on Panetti, and then doing a zone behind it. Man down here for Episcopal. So they're going to go a 5-on-4. They're going to say, you got to beat us 5-on-4 without Panetti. Let's see what they do. Coach Kubik, the offensive coordinator, could be throwing in a new quick play to beat a box 4-man in a
It
box.
looks like they're going right to an overload. They have 3 righties on that opposite side, 2 lefties on this side. They're just going to make them rotate that box on the weak side, on the far side there.
Okay, so it's going to be a 5-on-4 here. Steel MADLAX is going to start with it, and Episcopal is going to be in their box. They're trying to reset the clock. Sorry for the delay here. Man up is the situation with 15 seconds. I thought it was 19 seconds, actually.
It was, but they ran the penalty, but not the quarter time.
They forgot to fix that.
Got to keep it hot.
Rip. 1 second on the clock and the penalty. Panetti will pick it up. He released it. Man, they really messed that up, didn't they?
I'm not sure what's happening right now with this clock.
They just took 5 seconds off the power play for the clock malfunctioning. But regardless, it's all even. Landon is up 6-2 with 11:35 to play. Cam Brown carrying the short stick. Throws it back to Anthony Savoy. Gets underneath. Back to Robertson. Robertson looking. Inside pump fake. Cam Brown.
I don't know how he kept that in his stick.
Still had it, but 17.
No backup behind.
Andrew Lehman from San Francisco, California, the Washington League commit, backs it up with the hustle play. Up to Victor Salcido. I would keep Salcido on the offense. I know he can score. He's been playing MADLAX for a long, long time. I've seen him score off the face-off for years, and he's open.
He's open right now. He's wide open. I don't even know if he even realized it.
Yeah, they were subbing behind him, and he didn't realize his man had left the field. He can definitely be a solid offensive threat for the high school. Here's Dupuis with Luger on him.
Great defense by Luger there.
Luger going straight into the Naval Academy. No prep school for that smart young man. No prep school needed for him. Here is Salcido. Speed dodge down the alley. He almost could have shot that, John.
Yeah, he was. I thought he was about to.
Luger on Dupuis.
They're starting to attack these short sticks here, let's see.
Here is Derringer. Derringer trying to get 10 seconds on the shot clock. Over to Dupuis. Nice play by Derringer.
Great big little there.
Yeah. 6 from 7. That's Derringer's creativity there, working with Dupuis to get it to 6-3. Now all of a sudden it sounds like it's close. 6-3. Landon off the great 2-man game by Dupuis and Derringer. Another quick goal here by Salcido, and he's able to do this. Watch a pinch and pop forward here. See ya. Told you.
Yep.
Here we go.
This is where it could be scary. Bonello, big shot.
Victor Salcido can do this, and that doesn't surprise me at all. And now it's 6-4. You let the
Owens is back there to take the face off.
Interesting.
Slow this down.
I mean, I don't know. Unfortunately, Talon Smith had to come in and at a bad time when Episcopal had momentum, and you knew Victor Salcido was going to go for the pinch and pop forward here. Victor will try for it again here, but
this is tough once Fogo starts getting momentum like this. Oh, good check there.
nice back check by Owens. Here's TJ Kim.
They have numbers, kind of.
Ooh, super late hit by Lehman. They don't call it.
Hit.
That was late, and they didn't call it. That would have been really bad for Episcopal. Kim just got hit high by 17 late. Andrew Lehman. And the refs decided to no call it. Episcopal drops into the zone. Down 2 only with 9:20 to go. Landon now in the position where they probably feel like they need to get a goal.
Still getting into their set here, 40 on the shot clock.
Down to single. Dickinson commit. Dickinson, college, is 16-0.
Still undefeated, D3.
Incredible.
Having a great year.
Coach Webster's got him going. Here is single to Panetti. Down to MADLAX. Cut single. Maddox needs to look inside there a little longer. Here's King, needs to do the same. Maybe throw the backside look.
10 on the shot clock.
Brown, good call. 9, oh, here's a shot here. Oh.
Big save.
Big save by Samir McElroy. 5 on the day unofficially.
Big possession here now. Let's see if Episcopal can get this clear.
10-man
They're
ride.
going 10-man.
And a shot. Oh.
That was close.
Man, that looked like it was going in. Hunter Taylor backs it up. Holy, that one was close.
That was very close.
I mean, that missed by what looked like less than a foot. Oh, bad throw, and it goes out of bounds. Hunter Taylor throws a short pass, a single, tried to do everything he could to block it with his body. Bullis up 9-6 now over Prep. In the third quarter, the battle for first place. Bullis undefeated wins and gets the 1 seed. Prep will drop all the way to the 3 seed with the loss. Should Landon hold on here today? If Episcopal wins today here, they get the 3 seed. And Landon would get the 4 seed with the loss. Here is Shermer on McLaughlin. Up to Albert. With Robertson on him, that's a big save. I mean, that goes in. It's a 1-goal game, and it's a whole different story. Now they got a 5-on-4, 2 poles.
Gotta be smart here.
Down to King. King!
They gotta stop shooting it stick side high, Cab.
Man. Big save by McElroy, who's getting hot here.
Landon wanted a possession there.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Big ride.
Big ride by Shermer. Just went hammer into Tanner Lewis. Tanner Lewis showing some toughness and a great play by Lewis, who throws it backwards up to Dupuis. It's chaos. Ferguson.
Big ground ball. Who's going to come up with it? Bonello with a big ground ball.
Bonello gets it. Big ground ball, 6-4. Landon with 6:48. And all of a sudden, the energy in the crowd is loud.
Picking up here.
I feel like the Landon boys are flat. The Episcopal boys are hyped up, fired up, and here is Lewis on Shermer. Back to the 2-man game. It worked. They got to use Colley, get the ball on Colley. Derringer's stick. He wants it, and they have 2 poles behind. That's not going to do much. They got to get that another.
Yeah, let's see if Shorty come down.
They need a short stick back there. Up past Dupuis. It was right in his stick.
Good check.
Bonello tried to get it and slipped.
Another ground ball scrap here.
Look at that. Someone's lying on the ball there.
This looks like my 7-year-old's getting a ground ball.
Yeah. Big ground ball by Bonello. Another one.
Wow. 7 on the shot clock. No change of possession here.
3, 2, 1. Landon should get a quick whistle here. Look at Episcopal sprint to the box.
All 3 of them off.
And they can't even get the ball picked up, and Episcopal's already back. So there's no point in Will Cohen even doing anything because they're back. Will turns around and is like, man, they're already back.
He should have sub off too, right?
All right, Landon 6-4 with the lead. Full shot clock, 70 seconds. Need to take, 55, 60 out of that shot clock at least. That's where they go for a goal. I feel like one more goal and Landon can call it a game.
I don't know though with
Salcido playing
exactly
the way he
with
is.
Salcido if he starts going right.
But
you leave Davis out there, slow him down.
But if they could hold Landon here and get a goal, that was a huge save by Hunter Taylor on the last one, by the way. Man, there's some guys.
Inside is wide open. That ball, that ball movement there was great, though. Picked apart that zone. Just a second late on the inside.
Lehman trying to scoop it, can't get it.
He has to be out.
Ran out of bounds.
Great ride by Landon there.
Landon gets a fresh shot clock on that because of the change of possession.
Huge.
That is massive.
4:50 left in the game.
80 seconds, 4:40 to go in the game. They get a fresh 80, and because Episcopal's just going to sit in that zone. At some point here, they might just do a pressure zone or go to man-to-man. See how much, with the shot clock, you don't need to do it on this possession. Maybe the next one. This Landon just smartly zinging it around. Brown to King, back to Maddox. Down to Panetti. Robertson just going around. Down to 35 seconds in the shot clock. Coach says, let's go. Carry. Robertson, carry throwback. Down to MADLAX. Oh, what a
big
save. MADLAX draws a foul, gets hit in the head. MADLAX took the shot, gets hit. He's holding his neck. Looks like he'll be fine. That's a nice save by McElroy.
Was there a late hit there, or is that just as he was shooting it?
No, they called it late and in the head. They hit him right in the head. He pops up. He's good to go. Nice shot and better save by McElroy. Again,
That was a big save by McElroy there.
that's a big penalty by Lehman. That's really going to hurt them. He just got a penalty a minute ago. They no-called. So he's probably the enforcer on this team. But now they get a full minute on the unnecessary high hit roughness, whatever it was.
Let's see if they come out shut off Panetti again here. Looks like they are.
6-4, and they're just going to take their full minute. So that's 3 long possessions in a row for Landon, just killing the clock here. I don't know why they're pushing this so
Those
much.
sticks.
Get the ball up and hold it. The Riddle twins are going to knock it down. Oh my gosh. MADLAX is wide open in the crease.
Good finish, MADLAX.
Nice
Great
pass.
look by Cam there.
Cam Brown goes inside to steal MADLAX, who buries it on the power play. They're putting a little bit of pressure on, so they left.
They overextend there, right? It's easy to get them to rotate.
Yeah, they left MADLAX open on the crease. And he finished it that time. 7-4 with 3:21.
Owens on the draw here.
You got to put everyone back, as Victor Salcido is going to push for a break on this. And Salcido is like, I'm going for the break here. One of the best face-off men in the country, headed to Tufts. Excellent student.
Yeah, Landon shouldn't even go hip to hip on this near side here. Shermer should just move all the way down.
This is risky for Shermer.
There he goes.
Now he's back exit by Victor. Davis ragging him. Episcopal calls timeout. 3:12 to go. Down 3. I don't know if Episcopal has it in them. They're going to have to go right to the rack and dodge. Colley might have to go to the goal here.
He hasn't wanted to dodge Cullen by himself. He needs pick games, run those 2-man behind. We'll see if he carries behind here and gets a short stick with him.
Yeah,
and utilize that matchup.
Yeah, just go back to that. That 2-man game they did with Dupuis was sweet.
Perfect, yeah.
And Colley, he's only been back 5 games, so he's not going to be probably super aggressive to dodge on a very physical defenseman in Brown. But Colley is happily 100% healthy and ready to have a big summer for MADLAX DC Dogs before his senior year next year and before he heads to the university. It's not as often as people used to go from the high school to the university, but that's the way it used to be at Episcopal, and Colley's going to carry on that legacy. Let's see if Episcopal can do it. They're going to have to move quickly here, down 3.
See what Landon's defense comes out in here too to start.
We'll try to get you an update on the other IC games. The last time we checked, Bullis was up 3 on Prep, and St. Stephen's was up 1 on St. Stephen's. Various people around the DMV are fortunately texting us scores as we go. A lot on the line here in the last game of the regular season.
Every game matters, right? A lot of shuffling could happen in these standings.
Yep, WCAC is in there. Oh my gosh, they're letting Tanner walk in and shoot it.
What a save.
I mean, what is going on off the timeout there? I mean, that's Hunter Taylor's 5th save, and that might have been the most incredible save of the day, either goalie. Absolute cannon by Tanner Lewis. Something was malfunction there on the inside look to Derringer on the. He probably put in a mixed zone. Hunter Taylor, Derringer harassing him. Over to Galliani. Galliani down to Luger. 2:30 to go. .220 to go, up 3. Landon gets their first mids out. Here's Panetti. They're playing man-to-man now.
Get on 12.
A little bit different look all of a sudden. They're going to call a moving pick on Savoy.
Wow.
I saw that little box lacrosse bump and run pick there. And, and Chase
What a
Robertson
read by
picks it
Chase.
off. Oh, he
And good
stuck
finish.
it. I thought he...
I thought he made the save, honestly.
I thought that was a little risky from way out there, but man, he stuck that off.
That was a great read by Chase there.
Yeah, he saw that. He made that nice ride goal, and that is on a ride. The Episcopal coaches want to delay a game on the ball drop and don't get it. Instead, the Episcopal throws it away, and now that should do it. 2 minutes to go, 8-4 Landon. Who's facing off? They got Owens out there? Can't see that. Is that 11?
It looks like it, yes.
13? I mean 13.
12.
12. He's 13 for MADLAX. Here he is against Salcedo pushing forward. That's going to go out.
Wow.
Who's that off of? I have no idea. White ball. 2 minutes exactly. 8-4 Landon. Back to Hunter Taylor. Woo.
Good handle.
Nice catch by Nathan Ferguson. Okay.
Now they'll bring pressure here.
Now they're just going to move it around a little bit. Back to, they're playing man-to-man. Trying to double all over the place. Robertson's going to have to run by Nelson. Nelson's a great D-midi. Nice play. Get away from pressure. And Landon subbing. We only have 4 guys out there. 5 now. 6 now. Okay, now they're good. Riddle. Savoy being ragged by Riddle. Back down to Maddox. Up to Roller King. 1 minute to go. 25 on the shot clock. I'm going to have to do something here in the shot clock.
Wow.
Holy smokes. Riddle just went over the head and took off Cam Brown's. I've seen more helmets go off in the last 2 days than I have in years.
I don't know if they just don't have him strapped on or whatever, but
They don't have it tight enough. I just saw him put it back on his head. It looked like he was just putting on a baseball hat.
just slides right on. No chin strap, I guess.
I mean, Kevin Miller got his knocked off. No. We're trying to get a score here from the Bullis. Bullis is up, though. Bullis is up. If Bullis wins and hangs on, Landon looks like they're going to hang on here. Landon gets a 2 seed and a bye. Bullis will get a bye. Landon will get a bye on Friday. Friday is the first round. 3 seed at that point would be Georgetown Prep, assuming Bullis is hanging on to win over there. And the 6 is going to be, well, we don't know yet. That could be St. Albans. That could be Episcopal, depending on what happens over at St. Stephen's, St. Albans game today. WCAC quarterfinals are on today. St. John's, heavy favorite in the WCAC. Gonzaga is the 2 seed. DeMatha is the 3 seed. Paul the 6 is the 4 seed. Unfortunately, the 4 seed means you play St. John's next round. Who you got in that? I think you see Gonzaga, St. John's in the final. Is that the Bullis score? Bullis up 11-7 with 3:30 left in the game. Looks like Bullis is going to win. That means Landon's going to be the 2 seed. Prep is going to be the 3 seed. Because Landon beat Georgetown Prep, they will take the 2, even though they have the same record, obviously head-to-head. And here is Panetti with Lehman on him. Lehman, solid-looking defender going to W&L there. Panetti, lightning quick. Got to double him, and they can't get it. Can't get the double. 43 seconds to go in the game. 45 in the shot clock. Throw back to Oler King. He's got number 10. That is Alec Riddle, the lefty, on him. Oler King outruns him. to the sideline. Up to Cam Brown, who's immediately doubled. Quickly over to Robinson. Smart. Will Cohen's out there at the pole for safety reasons and defensive reasons, and he wanted the ball there for a goal. Robinson has a goalie on him. He can hang out. 19-20. Smart play by Zach Olerking to not shoot it. Good sportsmanship here. They should let him run it out, and they do. And that'll do it here.
A quick game.
Yeah, let's talk about the MVPs here, Connor. 8-4 Landon. And from what it looks like, Landon's going to take the 2 seed in the IC tournament, which gives them a week off until next Tuesday, which is beneficial for the Bears because Kevin Miller, who's day-to-day here with an upper body, might be back by next Tuesday, which is exciting for the Bears. I think today's MVP for sure we have to consider Anthony Panetti.
Anthony Panetti, Cullen Brown did a great job.
Cullen Brown did a great job on Collie Derringer, one of the best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 points for Anthony Panetti, 3 goals and 3 assists. We'll give him the game MVP of the day. Congrats to Anthony Panetti and the Landon Bears, and congrats to all the seniors at Landon on Senior Day. You've bought yourself another home game here Tuesday, a week from today. Landon has guaranteed another home game and a week off to get healthy, which the coaches, I'm sure, love. Connor, thank you very much for joining me here on this MADLAX Media production. Thanks to Automatic Sports and their amazing videography. And we'll see you back for the game of the week, which we hope that Reese Belcher and his social media crew will announce within the next 24 hours. Waiting for the playoffs seedings to come out here, and then the game of the week will be selected. Thanks for joining us.